It's a new year, you want to be in shape, but you don't want to hurt yourself getting there. Welcome back to SpineCast. For answers on this, on how to work out and do it safely, we turn to Dr. Sean Riley with Tulsa Spine and Rehab. Dr. Riley, thanks for being here.
Hey, Charlie.
Dr. Riley, this is the time of year, beginning of the year, people get out to the gym, they're working out, and they're getting after it. What advice do you have to help people like this going to the gym to do it safely so they're not getting hurt in the process?
Sure. I wish we could have this discussion the other 11 months. I feel like January is, just we're all human. And, after the first of the year, a lot of us make resolutions and we're more focused on our health. Obviously December's kind of a rough month for most of us, and which is a good thing that we're trying to make a concerted effort to get back in the gym and become more fit, become more healthy. However, it can be very dangerous as well in that you're taking someone, or you might not have done much throughout the course of the year. And then January 2nd, you go join a gym, which is not my recommendation. And we can discuss that. But, and then we try to get into doing too much. We want it right now. And we lose the focus, or we're very forgetful that we haven't done much. And then we try to, it's from A to Z very quick.
We all have that instant now. I turned it on. I watch TV. They get thin in 30 seconds. I want to go to the gym and make that happen too.
Yeah. And just like anything, when you study for a test, if you're able to study for a test a few minutes a day, once it comes to take the test, you're somewhat prepared, as opposed just to studying all at the end. Your absorption rate's a little not as good and those types of things. So I always encourage patients, less is more, and more longevity and sustainability. And that, heck, if we could get in there 2 days a week for the better part of the year, man, that's good, so don't feel like we need to go 5 days a week. That would be my first recommendation. When you are setting up some type of a plan for yourself in a gym or whatnot, be reasonable, be realistic. 2 to 3 days a week would be fine, in my opinion. Keep your sessions to 20 to 40 minutes. We don't need to be in the gym for an hour and a half, 5 days a week. Two things are going to happen, Charlie. You're going to burn out, okay? Or you're likely going to injure yourself. And once you injure yourself, you're done, meaning I'm not going back to the gym. And so you've got this gym membership that you're going to be paying for the year possibly, and you were in there 3 weeks and now we're done. So not only have you hurt yourself, the other thing that I talk to a lot of my patients, psychologically, it's pretty tough because it wears you down. Like, hey, I got focused, I got set, I got excited, I was enthusiastic about getting into the gym. I was trying to make some positive changes, focusing on my health. And I got hurt just like last year. And now for the next 11 months, we put it on hold. We have a great time in December, forget about our diets and so forth. And then it's Groundhog Day. And over time, it just kind of wears you down. You're like, why do I want to go to the gym if I'm going to continue to injure myself? And then it's more of, we get a little bit older. It interferes with life. I'm not able to do my job properly because I hurt my back or my shoulder, whatever the case may be. So first off, I would make the recommendation of be reasonable about how long you're in there and how many days, 2 to 3 days, 20 to 40 minutes. The next thing, if you have the resources, I always think an extra set of eyes on you is always helpful. Meaning if you can afford, or if you have access to a class or some type of a trainer, like we often have a fitness instructor here in the clinic, and I talk to my patients, man, I cannot explain to you or emphasize the value of having someone not only tell you what to do, but more importantly, Charlie, watch you do it. Because so many times we get into the gym and we Google, exercises for shoulder, neck, back. Heck, we don't know if we're doing them right. And if you're doing an exercise you've never done before, how do you know what feels right, what feels wrong? A lot of times we may experience pain and discomfort. No pain, no gain. I'm going to work through it. By the way, horrible idea. But mechanically, we can't see how we're moving properly. And that's why it's always a good idea if you can get someone, a trainer or someone, to give you feedback as you go. Charlie, maintain your posture, work on your range of motion, get your head up, whatever the case may be.
Keep your back straight. Don't let your shoulders come forward, things like that.
Absolutely. That's going to be so helpful in making sure you're getting the most out of that exercise. But once again, my opinion, hopefully preventing injury.
We're speaking with Dr. Sean Riley with Tulsa Spine and Rehab. It's an integrated clinic providing chiropractic, physical therapy, massage therapy, yoga, naturopathic medicine, including acupuncture. And Sean, you said at the beginning, you're not sure a gym is necessarily the way to go. Tell me more about that.
Well, I think there are a lot of resources out there. And first off, get moving is kind of our catchphrase here in the clinic. And I would encourage people just to get moving in January. And that necessarily doesn't mean joining a gym. And you could go out and set some aerobic goals for yourself by simply saying, I'm going to walk 5 days a week and start out for 30 minutes at a time. That is something. And more than importantly, we're starting to create repetition in our brain that, hey, I feel good about this. And you start to trust it a little bit more. And then you potentially may visit with someone about some functional activities or some flexibility. So knee jerk is like, okay, if I spend the money on a gym, I'm likely going to get in there, which so many of us fail at that. It's a waste of money.
There are a lot of wealthy gym owners based on that misconception.
You're exactly right. So if you and I are visiting an elevator and you said, hey, what should I do this January? And without ever talking about your history or anything you've done or what your fitness goals were, I would say, Charlie, get out and start moving. What does that mean? Get out and start walking. 20, 30 minutes a day. I want you to walk 4 or 5 days a week. Add some incline, find some hills in your neighborhood and so forth. Develop repetition with your brain. That will give you confidence at some point to do a little bit more.
So to sum it up, what you say is if you're going to the gym, less is more. Maybe pace yourself. If you haven't been there a lot, instead of going 5 days a week, go 2 days a week. Be reasonable in your goals. Keep your session to 20 to 40 minutes. And if possible, get an extra set of eyes. You're saying go to classes or maybe even if you can afford it, a trainer to at least get you pointed in the right direction. And even more importantly, you don't necessarily even need to go to the gym. You just get moving. Go out and walk 30 minutes. Go for a 15-minute walk away from your house. And when you get 15 minutes, turn around and walk home. Does that about cover it?
Absolutely.
Thanks for taking time to help us today, Dr. Riley.
You're more than welcome, Charlie.
You can learn more about getting fit for the new year and for your life at Tulsa Spine and Rehab. Remember to also subscribe to Dr. Riley's weekly newsletter while you're there. It's filled with tips and suggestions like these to help you get moving.